What's up, people? You know what time it is. It's your man, Black Cobra. We are going a little unexpected. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this today, but we are going to do it. We got Afeez here in the house. And as you guys know, and if you don't, I'm going to let you know, he's on a worldwide tour, or at least a U.S. He's making his way through the U.S. He started in New York. He went down to Washington, went down, like, I think he went to Chicago, and now he's in California, or the opposite. Or I was right? Yes. So all those stops, we're going to talk to him, and we'll get the lowdown on what's happening with Afeez so that you guys can see and talk to him about what's going on and how he's enjoying himself here in the U.S. as opposed to over in England. So without further ado, let me bring in my man, Afeez Kay. What's up, Afeez? How you doing, brother?
Not bad, not bad. I like the introduction. I feel like I'm about to get into a ring or something. Like, well,
And in this corner.
oh man, it's after seeing you in person, I don't think I want to get in the ring with you. You know, you're very, very American sized.
Well, it's just I get it from my mama.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh
let me tell you, I can put it out there myself just so everybody knows. I met up with Afeez in New York. I know you guys probably saw the clips. I'm gonna show you a couple of those today, and we had a hell of a time riding. It was a lot of fun, and I was excited because I usually ride by myself, and if it's not me by myself, I got a couple people with me tops. There's a couple of little groups I ride with. When I go to Boston, I ride with a group. When I go to New York, I ride with a group. But it had been a minute, and I met up in New York, and we had a dope ride.
amazing ride.
So what would you say? I'm gonna let you give me your feedback. Let's talk. First of all, me and Afeez agree. Every new rider or rider that wants to be great needs to make a pilgrimage to New York. And we were talking about that, and we both probably gonna make videos on that because it's real. So talk about New York. Tell us what you feel like.
All right, so if I can just summarize New York, it will test you. So having ridden in New York, in DC, in Chicago, and also with Marty in California, I mean, the ride yesterday in California is amazing, and we'll talk about that later. But in New York, and this might sound a bit controversial, I actually feel safer riding in New York compared to riding in other cities. So I'll say DC, for example. Now, we're very lucky to have V ride with
Yep.
us. Now, when I say safer, I'm not talking about us riding in general as a group, but I'm talking about the way the traffic in those cities treat you and they're used to
Okay.
you going in and out. So
Right.
riding in DC, riding in Chicago in the Groundings, we felt so safe because we're part of a group, right? But
Right.
the way the traffic interacts with you, I
Uh-huh.
kind of feel safer riding in New York because I felt that in New York they were used to, I'm sure of obviously years
Right.
back in the day with bike, messengers going in and out of traffic. So the taxi drivers, the drivers that ride, that drive rather in Times Square, Manhattan, they used to all, in little small vehicles going in and out of
Right.
traffic. Whereas in DC or in Chicago, they don't know what to do. So it's actually quite dangerous. They don't know how to treat you, and it kind of close to you and everything. So, but riding in New York as an experience, wow, it's crazy in itself because
hmm
you're flowing with traffic about 30 miles an hour, right? 30, 35 miles an hour. Now, anybody that tells you that you can do 60 miles an hour in New York, especially in Times Square, they're just crazy. You don't have the time or the space to do it. So 30, 35 miles an hour is normally the optimum speed, right?
Yep.
And then you have potholes to deal with.
hmm
You have, and do not go on the bike lane, or else literally it's actually more dangerous on the bike lane than the riding with traffic.
Don't that sound familiar, people? Don't that
Oh,
sound familiar?
it, it, But in terms of the experience, I just felt alive. Like, riding with the group, with cars right next to you, with the light turning green just about the time you're about to just stop and it just turns green. Oh my god, okay, you just want to keep going again. All right, let's lean into it again.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, but the experience is one thing that I would say that if you want to um I wouldn't say call yourself an EUC, right? Because obviously everybody has different skill set. But if you want to
Right,
test
right.
yourself,
There you
you
go.
should.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I 100% agree with him. And I mean, obviously, I had been to New York before, so it was not my first time. So I was feeling good. But this was the biggest ride that I had been in. So I was definitely happy that we got a chance to experience that.
Yeah.
And also, I want to say what's up to Lord Romano. What's up, buddy? He's in the chat here. Yep, as a messenger in the 90s, they were used to us darting in and out of traffic, but in Chicago,
Mm.
drivers don't expect it at all. Right. So that's why they don't know how to treat you.
No,
So they're
you know
like, what?
that's
No.
dangerous.
Yeah. What's going on, Ruben? How you doing, man? Jeff, what's going on, Jeff? Yeah. Yeah, so I agree. New York was a fantastic experience as always. I always have a good time when I go there. The
Mm.
last couple times I got to go, I didn't get to. I've been there because my wife has friends there as well, and so we would go. But I didn't get the full EUC experience when I
Mm.
went. Like I went, I rode around by myself one
Mm.
time, and like I was like, okay, that's all right. But then I was with Mickey, and I rode with Mickey
Oh yeah,
in Francisco. We went to
Francisco.
Central Park the first time, and I was like,
Yes.
this is what I'm talking about. So this time when I went back, it was even better because there was
Oh,
even more people. I was like, yeah.
you
What's
know,
up, French?
I'll tell you something. So now, I'm not saying that riding in New York is safe. I'm not saying riding in New York is the ideal condition. You must be skillful enough to be able to ride there. So
Mhm.
don't just say I want to come to New York and I just want to ride. You might hurt yourself. So you might hurt yourself. But I must say that when Mickey EVX, meeting him in person, he's a really nice guy.
He is.
In person, which is weird, right? Because you have all these YouTubers and
Hmm.
all this social media or whatever, and obviously they have to give us content. But in person, he's so chilled. He's such a nice guy. And then meeting
Hmm.
up with Francisco, oh my, what like Francisco, what a gentleman, absolute gentleman.
Yes. Shout,
What?
shout. He ain't in here yet, but shouts out to Francisco, my man. Listen, Francisco and Livette, his wife, thank you
Yes.
very much. We truly, truly, truly appreciate both of you because both of you were amazing. You gave us an outstanding experience. You helped to make it even better than it was because the
Mm.
writing was amazing already. But then hanging out with you guys, they took us to that Japanese barbecue.
Oh,
Oh, that
that
was
was
so good, right? Right. And then I learned how to make coco mocos. and
is that the coconut?
the
What's
drink,
it called? The drink. The coconut.
the
Oh, that was
coconut rum, yeah. Ooh, buddy, I've made it 3 times since I've been back home.
oh,
I bought the kit so I can shake it up and everything because I'm not really a drinker. So, but that drink
yeah.
was so good. So thank you guys for introducing me to that.
Thank you. Mm.
And we had a great time. But he's a good friend. I mean, I talk to him a lot more than I do anybody else in New York. And him and I, play games and stuff, virtual reality stuff. And so he's a really good friend and I really appreciate him again. I got a sneak peek into his studio, which I'll probably
Oh,
show you later. Uh, video,
that's
video, video coming soon. Video coming soon. Brian, Zoom Wheels Brian, what's up? What's going on, brother? That's the boy right there, Brian. Should I say? Good day, governor.
yeah, 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 yeah.
He's the governor. He's the governor. So it's really good. It really is good
Yeah.
to be in the company of so many good people, and that was another one of those experiences we
Yeah,
really had a good time, people.
we had a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you see video clips of us riding, and Afeez has got even more because he carried on and went to Washington and
Yeah.
Chicago and now California. But I can tell you that from that ride, even the videos you see, it was even more fun than that, man. We had a great time.
It was awesome. So I would say so. Today I was just having breakfast and I was speaking to my wife and I was like, you know what, this trip is fantastic, right? It has been fantastic so far. But what made this trip even better than what we anticipated are the people that has made it fantastic for us.
Yes.
It's not just the hosts. I'm talking about Mickey. I'm talking about Sean or Hyson, as people call him. Sean or Hyson. Wasting 15 minutes of our life and all that. But it's also some of the writers in New York, some of the writers in Washington D.C. that came to come and meet us over there as well. V, thank you for organizing the ride, and some of the writers we met there.
V,
V,
that's my girl.
but also Lutalo as well in
Yeah.
Chicago. Oh, the groundings. Oh my word! I swear to you, and I kid you not, it has to be over 200 riders. I know they said 200.
Really?
I think it was definitely over 200. We took over the
Wow.
street. It was deep. Like we just kept going. I've never seen so many
Wow.
people in one place.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
it
That's
was
amazing.
amazing. And the weather was beautiful. Chicago, I never knew Chicago was like that.
Yeah,
So
see?
yeah, it's the people. It's the people that made it fantastic. Yeah,
When
I
you
just
think
want
about Chicago, the windy city, and you're always thinking about, bad weather or
to
whatever, we
oh, no, because the summertime is beautiful. The water over there, the lake, Lake Michigan. Wow,
Yeah.
man.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and we're lucky as well to go to the Hancock Tower as well. So we're
Yeah.
at there, so we can see the entire city.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm still not finished yet. I'm still going to San Francisco. One more
Oh,
place
he
to
said
go.
the Groundings Tour 22 represent.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I wish that you were over this way a little later on in the year. You're not going to the Amped games, are you?
No, because I have to go back to work.
Right, and
Like,
I get that. I get that.
Ingrid is calling me. It's like, come home.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, the reason I say that is not just the Amp games, but I'm having my event, the Wheel Life
mm,
Rally. It's 2 weeks after the Amped games. Then we're
mm,
doing it here, and I know that this is not close to any of the bigger cities. I mean, it's close to New York, close to Boston, so we'll have
mm,
people come from both. But like you traveling, the first year I
mm.
did it, Law was here, and it was perfect timing. Law was able to come. Um,
Yeah.
from Vegas. He was already here visiting family, and then he was able to make the trip over, which was fantastic. So when you came, I was like, damn, I wish he was coming around the time we were having the event, because that would be fantastic. But
Yeah.
I know that at the very least you'll see some. I'll be doing some live
Please
footage and
do.
coverage from it, so everybody can jump in and at least
Yeah.
experience the fun. And I'm trying to do it. I know it's here in New England, so it's we don't have such a big culture. That's why it's great for me to be able to pull from Boston and pull from New York to bring
Mm,
people in.
mm,
I'm trying to make the event bigger so that I can do a 2-day event next time and try to
mm.
people can stay overnight and it'll be easier for people to come. But as
Yeah.
it is now, like Mickey, I'll tell him, I was like, even if you took the train down and then, took the train back at night, you'd be able to
Mm,
do it. So I'm trying to get more people to be able to do that. And I really
mm.
wish you were here at the right time. But the good thing is you
Yeah.
were here, period. And we had a great time riding. That was a hell of an experience. So, um,
Yeah. I mean, just to let you know the reason why we were originally here. So, erides.com was sponsoring the groundings. And
aha.
so we initially we were supposed to sponsor it and we agreed to send a wheel to sponsor the event. And we've been working for about 2 years now with no proper break. I'm talking about like just holiday break. So me and my wife decided, okay, let's just do this. Can we just extend our stay? Let's go to New York. And then from New York, it turned to okay, why don't we just go to DC? What about just, and then we can probably have a break So it was initially supposed to be just come for the groundings a day before the groundings, go home a day after the groundings, and then we just extended it to be a US tour.
Yeah.
Um, the places that I would have loved to have more time to also explore as well is Vegas.
Yep.
Definitely, I've heard something about Vegas, but also Portland, Oregon as well. Portland,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've heard some things
Big community.
there as
Big community. Yeah.
well. So maybe next time.
Yeah. 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 And again, obviously, the more in advance you let me know, I may just meet you out somewhere.
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, maybe next time, I don't know, Southeast Asia or something. I know there's a big community of EUC riders that's coming up in Southeast Asia, so
yeah.
something
I
to
I actually might get sent to Japan next year.
well,
For a couple weeks. The only thing is, I obviously I don't have any connection there, so I don't know how I could get the ability to ride something. I don't even know if I've seen anybody there, but that's one stop I think I might be able to make next year. Like this year, I went to Alaska. Next year,
mm,
I might make it to Japan. I don't know. I've never been, so we'll see if that happens. And if so,
yeah.
maybe I'll get to ride over there if I can find somebody with a wheel.
I think there is a community in Japan. I'm not sure
yeah.
where in Japan, but there is a Facebook page called EUC Japan or something.
Okay,
So
I'll check
yeah,
that out.
so, yeah, just check that
Yeah,
out. Put something on there.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I never found a page that said EUC Alaska, so it didn't work out. So,
No, no,
so
Japan.
mate from Virginia says, "Great riding with you, Afeez. See you in London."
Oh
So,
yeah, awesome.
yeah, I'm not sure which guy that is, but he's in the chat here, and he said what's up, and
What's up?
he must have came down to New York and rode with us.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And Ruben says, "I'm down for a trip to the Philippines. Let's go." That would be
It-
dope.
that would be dope. That would be really
Yeah, I'm with it.
yeah.
We might end up getting together and just do a couple of trips. All come together in a weird location that we don't normally
Yeah.
go to.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna
Yeah.
drop it. We're gonna drop in on the Philippines.
Yeah. Yeah.
EUC.
Yeah. I mean, Abu Dhabi is another place as well.
Ooh, ho, 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 ho,
Abu
ho.
Dhabi for those speed demons.
Woo! I had a
I mean,
friend. A friend of mine just came back from Abu Dhabi. She was over my house while I was gone, and I
mm,
was mad because I was in Alaska when she came back, and I wanted to talk to her about it because I'm like, that's
yeah, the
somewhere I
road.
want to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's another good place too.
yeah. Okay, hold on. Who's this? Show ride in Japan. Okay, well, let me tell you, if it can happen with anybody, I'm good. Whoever rides in Japan, let me know. But in the groundings that you went to, did they?
Yes.
What kind of competition? Give me a rundown on that because I only seen a little bit on it.
Okay. So there is a 5 to 6 minute video that has been made by a gentleman called CT. If you look for C_T, or I'll send it to you.
Was
So
it
the
was it on Instagram or YouTube?
Facebook.
On Facebook. Okay.
Yeah. But it's not really a competition in terms of race or whatever. It's a get together.
Okay.
I think that there is a meaning behind this, which I will, clarify with Lutalo and the guys that organize it as well. Jihan is another one that I will speak to as well. Some other people there, but the whole point of the groundings is to get together and to be grounded as one family and just be humble and come together.
Mm-hmm.
To remember where we come from, the groundings, and so it's a ride. It's not about going fast. It's not about competition. It's not about jumps. It's about togetherness,
Like
and
it.
building that community, which was really awesome. Just to have there were people from different parts of the U.S. coming as well. There were some guys from New York, some guys from Chicago, obviously where it is, and some other parts of the U.S. as well.
Right.
Um, but I can assure you, definitely over 200 riders. It was
Okay.
just crazy. It was big. You had scooter riders there. You got a lot of EUCs, but obviously, being that the organizer is got EUC background, and E-Rise is more or less EUC. Obviously, we do sell
I'm
other heavy
I'm
as well.
looking at a video here.
Yeah.
And I want to see if you can tell me. Let's see. You
Yeah.
recognize that dude? Like, who's that dude in the orange there? I don't know. Who that?
Are you
Who that
showing me
kid?
something? I cannot say
Oh,
it.
you can't see it on your screen. I forgot. You.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I cannot see my screen, but let me see if I can go online and see it.
it's you.
Let me
it's a
just see. It's
it's a
probably
it's
me.
a. I think that must be the speech that he was
Let's
giving.
get it.
Oh, I can hear it now.
Okay, so let's
Yeah, that's
we're gonna do-
Lutalo. Oh, let me stop it because
Lutalo,
it got music. I don't want to get a copyright strike
yeah.
on YouTube. So let me. But yeah, it has you and it, I can see the group of guys and stuff. So I'm looking. There's a bunch of videos here,
A
and
lot of it.
yeah, Oh man, there you go. Riding through the city. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of them. There's a lot of them. Like when you're riding in a group, there's some people that are faster, there's some people that are slower. But
Yeah.
when I would stop to catch up, and there's sometimes I just stop and I just look around me and I'm just overwhelmed by the sheer number of PEVs that we have there. I'm like, wow, you guys take it seriously in the US.
Yeah,
Massive.
yeah, and that's good. That's good. What up, JoJo? Welcome in, man. Uh,
Jojo, he's from the E Mavericks in the UK. I definitely recognize
okay,
that.
okay. JoJo's like, what's up? Just look out for the feathered mohawk. That'll be me.
That's yeah,
Groundings.
yeah, yeah. Like,
That's Lord
yeah,
Romano.
yeah, he's one of the organizers there as well. Thanks, Ryan, for having me.
All
Appreciate that.
right, definitely, definitely. So we that event, I'm gonna look at some more videos today because I wanted to catch it, and I didn't. I was like, wait, you're in California already? I'm like, how long were you in Chicago? It had to be quick.
Yeah, well, I think we arrived in Chicago on the 16th or 17th,
Oh, okay.
16th, and we left 20th.
Oh,
Arrived
wow.
20th, yeah, and then rode with Marty yesterday. So yeah, today's 22nd. Rode with Marty yesterday. So arrived on 20th in LA. Rode with Marty yesterday, and now 22nd we're just in Hollywood, just
Okay.
exploring,
Huh?
chilling.
Oh, hold
Yeah,
up, Mickey's in the house. What up, EVX? Oh, he said YouTube didn't tell him this was happening. Yeah,
mm,
normally Mickey, I do it ahead of time and set up a little thing, and then it'll put out an announcement ahead of time. But I just
yeah.
hit up Afeez last night. I'm like, yo, we gonna interview? He's like, yep. I'm like, all right, we'll do it. And I didn't
Let's
have
do
no
it.
time to set it up. So yeah, there wasn't a lot of advance notice on this one. Oh,
No.
there he is, DJ Strip. What's up, Cav? What's going on,
Oh,
man?
yeah, he's an awesome character. Oh my word,
Yeah, man. Love Cav.
he's the life. He's the life of the show. Wherever I go, he's the life of the show. He's so
Look,
awesome.
look.
Yeah,
I'm a decent sized guy with a big personality, and so is he. So
yeah.
we had a good time. We had a good time.
Um, one other shout out to there's a group. This guy called, you probably know him, August. As
August
well.
Hill, August
Yeah,
Hill,
he-
Black
yeah,
Elroy.
yeah. Black Elroy, True to One. That's
Yep,
their
true to
yeah.
one.
Those guys, awesome writers. They look awesome in in their Instagram videos, but to see them writing in real life, writing with
Yeah.
them, I was like, okay, all right. So I tell you something. So Mickey gave me a V12, right? So, and I was thinking, okay, you know what, these guys are going to be going really fast, right? So I've been praying to myself, listen, V12, do not let me down. Come on, now. I'm riding with this, with these New York riders, and surprisingly, the V12 held up. They held up real well. As I said, you don't really need to go about 40 miles an hour in New York
Right.
anyway. You're always stopping, and so you need that torque and deceleration. But yeah, I rode with those guys, August, and yeah, he was really, really accommodating. Really cool.
So was Paul here? Electric Airbender, was he here? Or was he? Because I can't remember
So
in your
he was,
video.
yeah. So Electric Airbender, he was in the
He's in
ground.
South.
Was meant,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. You saw him there. Okay.
yeah. So I didn't have a chance to meet him in New York or met up in the groundings. As I was saying, like the groundings was just spectacular. Like, it was something else. Turbo also came as well from New York. So you still have a couple of the New York guys coming as well.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Turbo made it down to the groundings. Okay.
yeah, Yeah. So again, as I said, like seeing those guys in the groundings just made me feel like I was still kind of back in New York, but also in a different city. So it was a little bit of New York came to to Chicago.
Look at,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
look
it's
at
great.
Mickey. Mickey said, "I think my V12 is broken now. If it rides funny."
That vehicle has never been waiting that fast consistently like that. I'm sure. Great wheel. It's a great wheel. I mean, obviously, it's got its issues, but like I think Mickey's one was the first batch that doesn't have any of those issues that's been fixed now. But it's a
Yeah,
good wheel. Thank you, Mickey, for letting me do it. Appreciate that.
definitely. Electric Unicycle Adventures. What? Afeez and Cobra? And he
Got the
said,
master.
got the
Yeah.
Master 50E battery. Love it. Okay, okay. So I'm looking forward to getting mine. Looking forward to it.
Mm.
Let's see, Roger. What's going on, Roger? Fun ride yesterday, Afeez. So he was
Yeah.
in with you with
Oh,
Marty.
Roger's another guy that I mean, he's fast.
Yeah.
He's got master as well, but he's done some stuff to his master. So he's changed the air shock and it's kind of widened up a little bit.
Okay.
And then he's using the clock fairing as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
And he's changed the tire to the
Ooh.
Kenda
Yep.
Nobby tire.
Got
You
that
got your
fairing. Got
yeah,
that
yeah,
fairing waiting.
yeah, exactly. So we went around the mountains yesterday together with Roger. Awesome rider.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
awesome.
Roger's really good. I like when I see him in videos. He does a good job. And I think I saw. I'm not sure if that was him. I saw the updates to his master. I was looking at the night before last. Oh,
Mm.
Mickey said he's just kidding.
Oh, Sly Dog. Well, Sly Dog was also there too. So Sly Dog, right? You probably don't know him. Probably you do, Andrew.
Yeah, Sly Dog Stroh. He was a
Yeah,
one wheeler,
no
killing
deal.
it,
Oh
killing
my
it.
word.
Then he
So
got
so
an
so
EUC, and I think he broke his EUC.
so now I met up with him again in at the groundings. Again, the groundings, as I said, spectacular event. Everybody that didn't come from New York that I know of, um, they were there. So I met up with him as one. I'm like, so at the back of my mind, I'm thinking one wheel guy, right? Because that's what
Yeah.
I've been conditioned to know. But when I saw him riding an EUC, I'm thinking, wow, he's equally as good.
Well,
And it was
look, Sly Dog was. Listen, man, your videos are dope. By the way, I want to give you straight props because
music as well.
watching your one wheel videos, you had me
Oh,
sucked in. And I wasn't even feeling the one wheel because I was like, it's just too slow. It's too slow. And I
yeah,
watched your video. I was like, well, this dude be getting it on that one wheel. I don't know. And
yeah,
the entertainment factor, the
yeah,
energy,
yeah.
and
The
as
music,
well as the way you put the videos together, props, hell of a job. And I'm glad you came over to EUC because it can only get better because EUC is just that much faster and easier to flow. So I'm glad
yeah,
you came over.
yeah. He was riding the hero at the groundings.
Yeah, look,
So
he said all about EUC now. So
oh,
fun.
oh, I'm sure that statement is gonna piss off a few people.
Hey,
Especially four-wheel
it
drive.
is what it is. It is what it is. All right, Strips, and Afeez reaction when we took him on the West Side Highway was priceless.
You were there, right?
Yep. When
I'm
we
thinking,
got to Battery Park.
basically, I was thinking to myself, like, I'm on the V12. This guy's on the monster, bro. And but it was cool. It was cool. We ain't going to fast. It was cool.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
cool. You know, I,
Look, you ain't the
yeah,
only
it was
one.
cool.
It got me too. I was like, cause I ain't gonna lie, I always be talking shit. I'm like, they shouldn't be on the highway though. They
Yeah,
shouldn't be on the highway. And
I
then
know.
I'm like, look at me, here I am on the highway.
So basically, what I said earlier is that when you see some things on video, YouTube, or social media, right?
Yep.
It sometimes you need to get a context. Now,
Yes.
you need to get like the New York guys. I'm not saying that they are saints. They are not saints. There are some things that they do there that maybe they shouldn't do. But saying that, that is their environment. Unless you're right in New York, you will not fully understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like You need to go to New York to ride with them. Then you can fully understand. And not everybody can, as Mickey said, not everybody can hang with the NYC crowd. So
No, no.
don't go there if you don't feel that you are in full control of your EUC. Right?
Yeah.
You will hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Real Talk. What's up, Real Talk? He said, did Afeez bring the fastest be gold experimental EUC he was gifted?
Uh, just to correct, I actually paid for it. It'd be good if you but the wheel is at home sleeping, chilling.
Oh, is that the MSS he's talking about?
No, he's talking about, and I think everybody knows this now, so there's no point trying to not talk about it.
Yeah, don't hide it. Don't hide it.
Exactly. There is an RS19,
Ah,
134 volt.
they were talking about it. Yeah,
exactly. It's not meant for public,
consumption yet.
Exactly. Just for me, and I was like, thank you very much, Big God, for building it for me. But I wouldn't recommend that wheel to be mass produced. It's just too fast.
Okay, when you say just too fast, how fast is it?
17 miles an hour.
What?
For me, I'm about 10, 11 stones. I don't know, maybe 65 kg, 64 kg.
Yeah, no.
So I predict, I mean, the fact is that it free spins at 83 miles an hour.
Oh my God.
Take away 13, 14 miles an hour, you hit 60s. But you can only do that for a small amount of time.
Right, it eats up the battery.
Eats up the body, probably sag as well, but just for like between 100 to 80% state of charge.
Right.
And that's it. Anything below that, don't even think about, because it will sag. I think it's a 3P, but I'm not sure. Well, it's a great, don't release it.
That's crazy. Well, first of all, Livette, New York City, mom, wife, teacher. That's my girl right there. What's up, Livette? She's the other half of my favorite EUC couple right there. I just want to say what's up. She's amazing. We really appreciate you hosting us. And there's Francisco. Look at you guys. Super chats. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate both of you. Francisco does 20. She does 21. She beat you, man. She beat you. Love you too. Love you too. You guys are amazing. I can't say enough. You guys know I love meeting other positive people, and you guys are great. So, and your son too. Tell little Francisco I said what's up. He was really cool too. So that was amazing. So she said hi, Afeez.
Just one more thing.
Go ahead.
If you can let me know. She will know what I'm talking about. There is a Spanish sort of Latino meal that we had. It was plantain with some sort of pulled pork inside it. She know what I'm talking about. Oh
yeah, pianono. It was probably pianonos. It looked like canoa. Did it look like a canoe?
Yes, it looked like a canoe.
And then it had the meat in the middle. Canoa.
Plantain. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, and the plantain was like sweet. Was the plantain sweet? Plátano maduro.
Oh, it's nice. Yuca bar.
Yuca bar. Oh, okay, so you had yuca. Then yuca is not sweet. So you had the other one. The other one, when they see, I'm not a big fan of yuca. I like plátano maduro, which is more sweet, and it's the same thing. The banana looks the same, but yuca is not actually the plantain. It's kind of like a potato almost, but so it's a little different. If it was yuca. And my wife loves yuca, but I'm not a huge fan because it's not as sweet. I like it sweet.
I think
see?
It's
pianono. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, pianono. So it's more the sweet one then.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh. Let's see.
Also, before I forget,
go ahead.
Touchon Forey, right? Touchon.
Yes, Touchon Forey.
I'll tell you what happened, right? So I was supposed to leave New York a day before. I can't remember. I think it was Emily will remind me. I think we were supposed to leave on a day before, and I told us, listen, I think we need to extend it by a day
Yeah.
because I was supposed to meet Tushon, and then he lost his phone and he wasn't replying back. So I thought, wow, Tushon ghosted me. He didn't want to meet me. And then there was another friend of ours, Raymond. Raymond was like, wow, Tushon's not replying to me as well. So I said, no, let's extend our stay for one additional day. And the good thing was, that day really, really meant a lot to me because I got to meet Tushon, came down to make his studio, and and he brought this three wheeler thing. It's like a half car, half motorbike or
Oh
something.
yeah.
What is it called? It looks so futuristic. It's so
Yeah.
fast. So yeah, he brought that to the studio, and it was a really good end to my NYC trip. So thank you so much to Sean and for giving me your all the one
Oh,
thing.
he's gone. Let me wait.
All right, and check this out.
The fedora.
I am not gonna wash
Oh
this.
wait, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? What about now?
Oh no, I can't hear you.
Okay, I've not done anything.
Oh wait, maybe it's me. Hold on. Hold
Can
on.
you
Say
hear me?
something.
Hello.
Okay, so it
Hello.
must be me. Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I
Can you hear me
I
now?
can see it there.
Can you hear me now?
At any rate, before I change back and fix it, that was the video of you eating. I think when I played that video, it disconnected my AirPods from here. So hang on one
All right,
second.
so I think it's you that you
Make
cannot
sure I
hear
can
me.
get
You
it
can
back
hear me.
on.
Romano, can you hear me?
Oh. All right, mic check. Mic check. Say something.
Hello? Hello?
No,
Hello?
still can't
Hello?
hear it.
Oh, so it's you. They can
Hold
hear
on.
me, but you cannot hear.
And hold on.
Oh, there you go.
Sound is always an issue with this setup. It's like when it gets off track, then it messes up. All right, you there?
All right.
All right,
Yeah.
got you.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
so Francisco sent me the video of what you were eating, so I'll check it out later.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, Apple. Every time I start playing on a different device, my headphones connect to that device. So, but yeah, you got you a fedora. Okay.
So this is the one that this is one of the ones he wears, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna wash it. I told him, like, I'm gonna put this on. So Eri, well, we now have a new HQ, Eri's HQ in Greenwich,
Yeah.
and in our shop we want to kind of put in all the memorabilia and pictures of what
Gotcha.
would have. So this is just gonna be on the wall somewhere, and then yeah.
You gotta
Thank you,
put a picture of Tashawn with the hat hanging.
Yeah. But exactly, that's what we do. I'm gonna put your picture there as well. I'm
Yeah.
gonna put everybody that it's gonna be all around.
Yeah, man, that'd be dope.
Rides,
That'd be dope. I can't
yeah.
wait to come there and visit.
So,
I'm telling you right now, I'm coming
yeah.
to visit at some point. Yeah.
Well, be careful though. So I would say, so if you're gonna come to the UK,
Yep.
right? We will probably I'll speak to Brian. Brian has some awesome routes as well. Some of the other guys
Yep.
on the E Mavericks. There's a group called the E Mavericks in the UK, and they will organize rides outside of the city for
Yeah.
you because
No, I know.
it's illegal to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
Well, I'm hoping by the time I get there, y'all fix all that illegal stuff.
We are trying.
I know.
Yeah,
So Sly Dog Stroh said, "Thanks, guys. Got some EUC content coming soon. So we look forward to seeing that, brother. Because if you put together content like you did on that one wheel,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Strip is putting you on. He's putting you on the chopping block. He wants to put you on blast. He says, "All right, Afeez, which city is the best to ride in the USA?"
No, I'll tell you something, and this is. I will be honest with you. I will tell you now that I've been debating that with Emily as well, and we were going back and forth. I said, "Which one do you think it is?" So I think every city has its own flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So, DC, I really enjoy DC. Meeting up with V, DC is really nice. I like DC, but you have to ride in a group, right? Because the traffic over there, they don't know how to deal with you. But I
Right.
really love riding in DC. Um, Chicago, I was there as a sponsor. Obviously, ERI was sponsoring the grounding, so we were kind of, almost cocooned in the 200 plus riders.
Right.
So that will probably give you a warped view of how it is as an individual.
Right.
Now, New York, on the other hand, I was able to go around by myself, and I went to grab some crispy donuts by myself in Times Square, and I really enjoyed riding in New York.
Yeah.
But but then I was riding with Marty yesterday, and that's a totally different experience,
It
right?
is. It
Because
is. It is.
you are with nature. You can see the
Yep.
mountains. It was just so nice. But if you want to test yourself, right? You want to test yourself. And I know the DC crowd. I know that Lutalo might have something to say about what I'm about to say. You need to go to New York, right? It is what it is. You need to go to New York, and you will test yourself. You test your ability, but just make
Yeah.
sure that for the first 2 rides or 3 rides, you are with people. Don't just go
Yes.
there. You have to be for your own
Yeah,
safety.
right. You got to ride with people that know New York, that ride New York all the time, because there's little nuances and little things that you need to know. And look, I'm not gonna. Everybody has their own skills, their own abilities, and their own
Mhm.
personalities. Whatever we all grown, but
Mhm.
you got to be open to the fact that there's always something for you to learn.
Yeah.
And when you go into New York, you got to learn from those that ride in New York all the time, and
Mm.
follow their lead. And there's one thing, like when I ride, I always tend to like lean towards the front of the pack, but not when I was in New York, because I kind of like the middle of the pack, because I kind of like to see what's going on, see what happens, and then
Mm.
try and figure out and follow their lead and see what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. So I
Mm.
wasn't really trying to kill it in New York. I was just kind of just riding, along for
Mm.
the ride, and it was still fun and amazing. But I did learn. You start learning, some of you really learn your capabilities. You
Yes, you
really
will.
you really see what you're good at and what you need to work on.
Yeah.
And it's really good. Like when I got there, I was at 170th Street, and I had to get down to 59th to the park. So I
Mm.
had to ride. I was like, damn, I can't miss the ride. So I was by myself, and I
Mm.
was like, damn, I didn't want to ride this much by myself until I got with the group. But I had no choice. 170th, I was up in Washington Heights, and I had to make it all the way down. And Mickey's
Yeah.
like, yo, just hit it, man, and come down Broadway all the way. I was like, all right, and I made it. I was sweating by the time I
Yeah,
got
you were
there.
sweating. Don't make it working. You've been in a boxing match or something.
Yeah, but it was a
Yeah,
lot of work, but it was so much fun.
so
So
much
I
fun.
haven't ridden in the other cities. I can't compare, but I could tell you New York is a lot of fun. So that's what I would say.
But I must say as well, but another caveat to my answer is that I've ridden in New York now more consistently than any other city.
Mhm.
Um, so maybe that's why. But also, I've ridden with different groups as well.
Right.
So I've ridden with. So there's you probably don't know. There's a guy called Sam. He fixes wheels in New York. You know Sam. He
Yeah.
fixes your muscle.
Yeah, he put my
Yeah, you know
tire on
Sam.
for me while we were there.
Yeah, put your tire on super quick. Awesome guy. So rode with him, and then with August as well. Some of August's friends, and that's a totally different vibe and totally different style
Hmm.
of riding as well. That was quite intense.
Yes.
And Sam was on a Nicola as well, and he was making that Nicola.
Ah,
He's able to extract every single ounce of performance from that wheel. And
yeah,
he's a big guy. You see,
yeah,
Sam is
yeah.
even taller than you. Is a
He
big dude.
is. Yeah.
He's
Yes,
yeah. He's a
Sam
physical.
Sam was making that Nicholas scream, and I was like,
Whew.
I have no idea. And then when he took my wheel to put the tire on it, I had to ride his
Mm.
Nicola for the rest of the night. I was like, oh hell no, there's no way in hell I would be doing the shit we were doing on that Nicola.
Yeah,
I felt like I was on the floor after riding my Monster Pro. Excuse
yeah,
me. I was like, oh no 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 no. But he be doing it. He be doing it. So.
yeah. So
Mickey said something that I guess we should have said while we were talking about the West Side Highway. No one
mm,
should be on a real highway. Let's keep that
no way.
clear. And I'm
Yeah.
glad you said it, Mickey, because this is real. The West Side
Mm.
Highway, where we were riding, it's yes, it's called the West Side Highway, but the area that
Not
we're
really.
riding in,
Not really.
it's
Not really.
not really highway speeds. It's just it's in the city, so it's not really So we weren't really on a highway. Don't think that we're on like Interstate 91 or something. That's not what we were doing. We were, so I don't want anybody to think that. And I'm glad you said it, Mickey, because that's one distinction I do want to make. So I guess the guy mate from Virginia said he's the one who fell in DC, Afeez, if you remember that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yes. Byron. Yeah, Byron. Yeah,
Okay.
it's yes. He fell and he did a really awesome roll and came back up again. Yeah, I hope I think he's okay. Yeah, I caught up with him. He's fine. But that's the thing, if you're not used to riding on the streets or with group, just take your time. But he was fine. He's a cool guy anyway.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Francisco said, don't forget when Afeez raced a state trooper.
Okay. So,
No, you got to start the story right. What happened was, go ahead, tell me.
okay, I'll start right. What happened was that uh, so right in New York, I was so in London, right? When you see police, you start to think about your next exit, right? Am I going to turn? Am I going to turn right? But inside of me, I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I'm in New York, I'm not in London. But instinctively, I'm thinking, run. Run. But I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I'm not in London, I'm in New York. So I started to race it's almost, it was a very monumental time for me, or a moment, because I felt freedom, like true freedom. Very, very first time riding my EUC, racing a state trooper, knowing that I'm not going to get 6 months, 300-pound fine. It was, yeah, Francisco will tell you that it was something that he saw, but it was a time for me to kind of to say to myself, I'm in the USA.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so at least you got that realization and you were able to enjoy it and you didn't get arrested. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah. It was a
So
freedom
we
thing.
we absolutely need that 70-mile-per-hour wheel. That's what they're saying in the chat. I agree. I agree.
No, you don't. Do not. I'm telling you. So my experience with that wheel is that it's good to know that you can do that, but
Yep.
knowing some of the riders that we have in the community, they might try to increase the speed, and
Yeah.
um, falling over 60 miles an hour, you
Hurt
will be
themselves.
getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even done 50 on that wheel, but I know I can do more. It's
Yeah.
just I use it as a safety buffer,
Yeah.
so that I know I never, obviously I'm never going to hear any beeps on
Yeah.
that wheel. 280,
That's good.
never,
That's a good thing.
never.
I would like that wheel just to know that I have the speed. And I would do the same thing. I know I would never be riding that fast,
Yeah.
but it's nice to have that headroom, So, and I don't know that they're gonna make that because, like you said, if you make it, they will ride.
They're
And
right.
people will
Well,
ride 70 miles an
but
hour.
yeah, but Mickey is saying I should stop being a gatekeeper. I'm just giving my opinion. If you guys want it, call Bigode and say, hey, Bigode, I wanna you.
So
Yeah.
so Livette was saying that the Yucca Bar was the name of the restaurant. So yeah, you had a
Okay.
pianono, but it was at the Yucca Bar.
No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that's the place. Yeah, I would
yeah.
definitely go back there again. I mean,
So Sensei Vegan is in the house. What's up, bro?
Wednesday.
What's going on? So oh yes, and Livette said it was awesome meeting Emily too. Yes, your wife is amazing. Tell her we said
Yeah,
what's up, because
sure.
you did good, man. You did good.
Thank you. I know. Yeah, yeah. That's
Oh,
my secret.
Livette said Mickey and Afeez did a great podcast until the voltage chatter. It put her to sleep, she said. When you start talking about voltage.
Yeah, too technical. People just want to ride. That's what they
Yeah.
care. Yeah,
That's funny.
Emily's super smart for sure. She
Yeah.
is.
She is. She's definitely like, and like usual, like Levette and Emily,
Yeah.
I'm like super all into it because you guys are doing it together, and that means so much to me, to someone who I'm big on, you know, the togetherness and family,
Yeah.
and you know,
Mm.
I'm a big softie, and I love that. So to not have my family taking part in any of this that I do is hard. It's crushing. So when
Yeah.
I see couples like, you know, Francisco
Mm.
and Levette and you and Emily, and you guys are like really doing it together, it means a lot to me. And it's like, you know, it is possible.
It is. It is possible. You give it time.
Yeah.
It is
So,
possible.
you know, and then it's just it's a good thing to see. So I'm just it excites me. It makes me happy that you guys can share that. And it was also EUC Mama, I think it was. She was posting her and her husband went out on a ride, and she was like, you know, date night ride, and they went. I was like, oh, and I was like, you know, happy with it. So, so what is it? R Will 165. What was the Chicago trip about? I heard there was a race amp game. Well, the amped games hasn't happened yet. That's happening later on in September, the 1st through the 5th, and that's in Arkansas. So that hasn't happened yet. He was at the Groundings in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Those are the groundings in Chicago.
Let's see. Portland. Oh, I think he was naming cities when you were. He said Miami,
Yeah.
Florida, Portland, Oregon, LA, California, and New York. So
So I was thinking, so Portland is a place I want to go. I didn't go this time around. Florida, I'm not aware of any big EUC community there, but I still like to go. I mean, it's a nice place anyway, you know, I'm sure. And to see Duff as well. So
yeah, yeah, because it's beautiful out there. So you know, nice and open to ride. So
yeah.
Vinny Chong, what's up, man? Good to see you, bro. um, and Mickey said I really enjoyed riding in SoCal. So you were saying
Yeah.
that you enjoyed it too. So
Oh yeah.
nice to have a full circuit of riding. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Mm.
It's easy to be jealous of this man getting to go to all the different cities and ride with everybody.
Well, you know, this is your country. You guys should be able to do this as well. I mean, they did,
you
but
know,
obviously America is so huge though. It's
yeah,
massive.
and that's the thing is seeing you do it. You know, normally when we take a vacation, we take a week,
Yeah.
maybe 2
Mhm.
weeks. I'm like, how long is this man on vacation? When you guys say I'm on holiday, and your holiday be like a month, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like,
Yeah, I think
they
it's
do it a little different.
yeah, I think we're on 2.5 weeks on holiday.
Okay.
Um, but it is possible. You can obviously, if you plan it properly. And as I said, the only reason why it's so good is because of the people that we met and how everybody has
Hmm.
made us feel. So probably 90% of this good feeling that we're having, this great experience, is because of the people.
Yeah.
You know, as I said, the first thing was Francisco, Mickey,
Yeah.
um, the riders over there in New York. It was like a grand entrance, right?
Yeah.
And then on, we just kind of kept riding that wave. Went
Yeah.
to Washington D.C. as well, amazing. Then to Chicago, amazing. Then Marty yesterday, oh, I did that, you know, with Roger and everybody else that turned up to the ride. I think I might have met the fastest lady rider, woman rider, yesterday. Her name is called Dawn, and she was making that Sherman Max look like an MSP. She's in South California, very
Okay.
fast. Oh
So I
wow!
would have to see her ride against V because V is the fastest woman I know. So I would have to see them
So
ride against each other.
so V, although I've seen V do 53 miles an hour on the screen, when I ride with her, maybe because she had to, you know, chaperone us, right?
Right.
She's always, you can tell that V is kind of, you know, taking it easy, trying to make sure that we are
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm.
But to see this woman in person just let loose and just bang, she's
Yeah.
so fast. I
Yeah.
think maybe it's the torque that just kind
Yeah.
of gets you.
Yeah.
But yeah, V is definitely fast. Seen her
She
obviously do
look. I've
53
seen her
miles an
all
hour,
out because V was here and she didn't need to like take
hold
care of
back.
us. She was just. I was like,
She was like,
yeah.
take
I was
care of
like
yourself.
that girl just she could ride. Like she just
Oh
takes
yeah,
off, and I'm like, okay, let me try and catch up. She
yeah.
she just be out. So
Yeah, when she
I wanted to say what's up to you, Stride. What's up, brother?
oh
You Stride's in the
yeah,
house.
yeah. He was supposed to, I wanted him to come to New York, but he couldn't make it because obviously he
Yeah.
was busy, family stuff. So unfortunately, but maybe next time for sure.
Yeah, Mickey said the guy who tucked and rolled, he did a tuck and roll. The guy who fell in Chicago, and
Byron, yeah.
yeah, he said great form, great form.
Yeah, in Washington D.C. Yeah,
DC is famous for riders falling. That's what Kevin said. Okay, if you say so. So Lord Romano said there's highways and then there's expressways in Chicago. We have both through the
mm,
city. Yeah. As long as it's something that where you're not literally doing 55,
mm.
65 miles an hour, then you're all right. I don't know. I see some people getting on those and I'm like, I don't know that I want to do that. I guess I thought about the fact that I always think about the fact that if you cut out at that speed, the car don't have a chance to swerve around you,
Mm.
and you need the opportunity to swerve around you in case you go down. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Levette says that he has the New York daredevil spirit.
It's
Yeah, you
crazy.
were doing it. You were doing it. I was like,
Yeah.
is Afeez really on the V12 trying to ride? Yeah, I was
Oh,
like,
the V12. That V12. Yeah, I mean, do not underestimate that wheel. It's got some performance. It's
yeah,
not a.
no.
It's not,
I rode it and I felt good riding it, but I
yeah,
guess it's the small form factor. But you got to remember, I mean, I got a little size to me, so
but
when I see that
yeah,
V12, I'm like, I don't want to try and keep up with everybody on that. No, no,
but trust me, like that wheel has torque,
I
and it can
know.
brake. Torque, then that means you can also brake as well. So you
Yeah,
need, for me anyway, I need more torque than speed in New York. Anybody
yeah,
can do
yeah,
20
that's true. That's true. That's true.
miles an hour. Is fine.
I guess I
Yeah.
was thinking about like when we were on in the tunnel, when we were flying through the tunnel, and then we went to on the West Side Highway. Where it was a little more open, we could go a little bit
Yeah.
faster. I'm like, nah. I'm like
Yeah.
Livette said, 70 miles per hour. Nope.
No,
Oh, this is
no.
where Mickey said, "Stop being a gatekeeper."
Yeah. As I said, yeah, I was just that's just my opinion. As in, you just know that people are going to try to reach that, but especially on a small wheel like that, where if you get a speed wobble on that little small wheel, you're not recovering it. So if 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 Bigode want to release something that capable, I think what I, what I get from Bigode is that we can do it. It's that proven to everybody that we can do it. They don't
Yeah,
have to do it. It's
right.
not it's not meant for mass production. It's not a mass production wheel. It's just saying we can do it.
Yep.
So at least we know. But I would say you get a speed wobble on that wheel, man, you're going down like at
But
that speed. Not
but
catching up.
I mean we all say it. We're like they got to be able to do it, and now they
They
just
can.
proved that we were right. They can do it.
They can do
They're
it.
just not doing it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Good
can.
day, good day, Simon. Simon saying good day from down under. Oh, my man, Kevin Holderman, Splice. What's up, Splice? Don't go to Florida for EUC, just go for beaches. Okay. Mickey's from Florida, so if he's telling me that, I'm gonna listen. Oh, Ruben says ATL, ATL. We got riders in ATL like that, Ruben. I don't know. I haven't seen a big scene in ATL. Florida, especially Miami, has great group of EUC riders. Roll with them in February. All right. See, Strip said he had fun down there. Chris Turbo Iwinski says, yo, what up? Is that Turbo? That don't look like Turbo's wheel. Unless he changed. That was before he changed it. Really, EVX Miami is killing it. Okay, they're calling you out, Mickey. They're saying that they're doing things over there, man. Matter of fact, your videos when you were over there, Mickey, you were riding with some peeps. I know.
He was riding with Duff. Was he was riding with Duff?
No, but he also rode with some other guys that were really
Oh,
riding. So, uh,
what about Bay Area? The Bay Area is supposed to be really good. So I'll be there in 2 days time, riding with Jesse and the Bay Area guys. So looking
okay,
forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that should be really good. Um,
San
Chris said,
Francisco.
Damn, we need those pedals now." Oh, that I think he's saying the pedals. Oh yeah, yeah, people, the pedals. Yes, yes. Hold on. Let me.
The E-Rise pedals.
Yeah, E-Rides. Oh, where they at? Where they at? Oh, right here, right here. I haven't had time to put them on yet, but I'm gonna put them on. Y'all ready? Oh. here's,
Yeah,
here's the
yeah, the
E-Rides
pedal,
pedals. These are the Iron Man pedals right there. All right, I
and
got them
then
for the V11. Afeez hooked me up for the V11, so that baby right there is gonna be sporting these pedals probably tomorrow or the next day.
mm,
And I'll throw some videos up putting it on and then riding out because I can't wait to try those pedals, man. They're nice, they're amazing. But you guys will
yeah,
hear more about that soon.
yeah, they're nice.
um,
I think even Marty was like, "Well, nice." He really liked it as well. I think the reason why you guys, some people have probably been on the E-Rise website and it's not listed on there yet, is because
mhm.
we wanted to get people's opinion before we go into production. Now, if we know people like it, then we'll produce it. If
Oh,
not, but it seems like it's been really good, positive experience majority so far. Anyway,
love
so
it, love it.
thank you.
Just change the I need the black and then the yellow should be green, my lime green, and then like on a full
You know,
pedal, and then I'm all
you know,
set.
you know, that's what everybody keeps saying. So everyone, people, I don't know what it is about green. People keep liking green. Oh, can I have in green as well? Can I have a green? Well, okay, think about it. We'll think about it. I think the whole idea is we come out with a very simple line first, and then once we know that people like it, then we'll
Yeah,
start adding some options to it.
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
because those pedals are modular, so it means that we can always add different colors. So
yeah,
the front lip and the back lip as well, that could be changed anyway
yeah,
to different colors. The pedal itself might come out with a different color. So right now it's black and red. Black because everybody black goes with everything.
yeah,
Red if you want to stand out, obviously it's the most flashiest color.
yeah,
But we might start having some in between colors in there as well
yeah,
as time goes
yeah.
by. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the black, the just lime green on the toes and heel. That'd be good.
Yeah.
But I mean, they can always be painted. I'm just saying.
It's fainted.
You might see that happen soon. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But first, we'll get the Iron Man colors going so people can see them and
Yeah,
check them out and see what you got
yeah,
because
yeah.
I think they're amazing pedals. I haven't got a chance to ride on them yet, but I was just
Mm.
messing with them. I was like, oh my god! I
It's
said I can't wait to put this on my wheel. Like,
oh, it is.
okay, I guess I can't do it without doing it. I'm talking. It's just too much. All right, so if you guys look at it, the toe
Mm,
and the heel are elevated.
mm,
The toe and the heel have elevation, and then if you want to take that off, you can take these pieces off and remove
yeah.
the toe and the heel if you want the pedal to be flat. So just so
Mm,
you guys understand the
yeah.
difference in this pedal, it's man.
But
And
one
then
one
go ahead.
one additional thing as well is that if you bring those pedals up again, you can see
Yes.
they're actually two piece.
Yep.
So the connector at the bottom that's got the ear rise on there, that is the Sherman. Yeah. So that black part, you can just have that on, and then take off the Iron Man pedals and put the Wolverine pedals on top. Or if you've got if you have like a S22, for example, you can have the S22 connectors. So all of that you can take that off and put that on
Yeah.
top, so you can switch them out. Really,
which is
yeah,
which is perfect, because I like the Wolverine colors because the other pedals are black with the yellow, so he calls those the
yeah,
Wolverine pedals, and these are the
yeah,
Iron Man pedals,
yeah.
which I
Yeah.
like. I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm a big X-Man fan, so all that is approved.
Yeah. That's why we came to the US first, to just get that initial, because I know you guys are outspoken. If you like something, like, if you don't like it, you don't like
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
What better place to go to than to go to New York, where they are even more outspoken than almost everybody else? And if they like it, then
yeah.
to go.
So Tommy, EUC vibes, my man. He's in the
You know,
house.
AUC vibe really surprised me. I'll tell you why. So when I met him, again, this is why I think it's always important that you meet people in person. You know, he is so chilled. He's so quiet. He's so polite. But then when you see some of his videos and his persona, the old man, you think this guy's gonna be logging and live, is gonna be cruising. He's so quiet. I wish I spent more time with him. So
Yeah.
sorry, I had less time. But next time when I come back to
He yeah
NYC,
he just be clowning. He be
yeah,
clowning, but he clowning his videos. But you're right. When you're with him, you don't realize
so humble.
he's a little more low key with all his
He's
comments and stuff.
so sweet. So yeah,
Oh, Roger says, hold up. He says, sorry, V, my money is on Don. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Listen, you don't want to challenge V. I'm telling you,
no,
V. Look, you
I'm
don't
not getting involved.
understand. You don't
I'm not.
understand. V don't, she's ready for any challenge.
Uh-oh,
So
uh-oh. I think we just started something. We just started something.
oh v, when you see this, I think they just threw down the gauntlet for you. You're gonna have to fly out there and make that race happen.
Okay.
Let's see. So my EUC journey said, EVX, you made a video on Rob. He has been building a strong EUC community. Yes, yes, yes. Um, Roger says she has the corners down. Okay, okay. Easy to carry V12. V12 is still heavy. Its smaller form factor makes it easier to carry, but it's still heavy. Don't let the small form factor fool you. V12 got some weight on it. I like it. I like it. Riding it was nice, but
Mm.
it is balanced awkwardly.
Top heavy. Top heavy, right?
Yes, it's top heavy and then to one side. It's kind of weird. You have to get used to it. You can't just
Mm.
jump on it and start doing all. Well, some people can, but most of the time you got to give it a minute and get used to the balance. Because I let one guy ride and he had trouble turning. He couldn't turn. He was like, "Oh man,
Yeah.
turning. I think turning to the right was hard because I think the left side's heavier." And I was like, "You got this,"
Mm.
But it is what it is. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
turbo. I still have that wheel. Just Commander is green. Okay, that's his other wheel. Yeah, man. Good to see you, Turbo. I might have to say with the black and yellow. Yeah. Okay. Tim
black and yellow
Tim
pedal.
Rodriguez is awesome. There's a lot of awesome riders, man. We got a lot of great guys. I'm really happy with that.
Yeah.
Uh, Robert Fantinosa, looking forward to meeting you, Afeez, in San Francisco. The base
Oh
gate
yes.
in Pevra with Jesse and Miles. Yep. That's where you're
Yeah.
headed, you said, right?
Yeah. That's where I'm heading. I need at least like just 2 days of just relaxing because you know after riding in South California and Chicago and Washington D.C. and New York, I was like, oh my god. But now I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for for San Francisco rather. Yeah, definitely.
Mickey said, sorry, I'm sure the guys down there are great. I'm just saying I would go for vacation detox from riding. Well, oh, he's saying he would go to Florida to vacation
Just,
instead of riding so
just
he could
keep in
detox
so
from
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
We got you, Mickey. We got you. Those black and yellow Wolverines were dope. Gonna have to
Mhm.
gold plate the yellow for my style. Gold plate it. Uh
Wow,
oh.
it started. It started.
Okay, so the question is,
Hmm.
Johnny Zapp is asking, what is your favorite EUC for 2022? Hmm.
Is it the one that anybody can buy? Or,
You can't. Yeah, you can't count your crazy
okay,
fast wheel. That's messed up.
okay,
We can't buy
okay,
that.
okay. So, um, hmm, for 2022. Again, this is just me. It's going to be controversial, a little bit controversial, but it's just the way I ride. It's for now going to be the S22. For
Okay.
now, there's a caveat
Okay.
that something might come later on, but for now it's the S22. The reason being is because you know I need a wheel that I can just go to the shops with, and the suspension is great. I don't want to go over 30 miles an hour anyway. Looks good, good conversation starter. If I need to convert people to EUC, it's a great EUC to get that conversation going.
Gotcha.
Um, and also as a distributor as well, it's good to get, if I was to take this on the street and people was to ask me, what are those? I'm like, they're EUCs. Oh, and I sell them. So you want to get that going.
Yeah. Yeah.
Suspension is the best suspension on the market right now.
Uh
Anyway,
huh.
if you can sort it out. The torque initially has been improved somewhat with the S22 firmware
Okay.
from the S20. So it's got enough torque. Once you change the tire to the Kenda tire, remove
Yep.
the stock tire from it, lower the suspension a little bit so it doesn't feel like you're stepping on top of a mountain before you get on. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I didn't say the Master. That's the reason why, because I felt like it's a bit too high. But you can get used to the Master. But with the S22, you got the option to kind of lower the chassis a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really like that. So for me, just as an all rounder, not the best in any particular thing except for suspension, is the S22 for now.
Okay.
Um, Now I know that when I get back home, Kevin, our engineer, he's going to try to get a different suspension
Master.
onto the Master. I think is the 40T Master. We got two of them, just kind of testing them out, and then we already have the road tire on there, and hopefully that will change the riding dynamics, and I might like the Master. But for now, until I get home, it's
Okay.
the S.
Okay. Now, 'cause I was just about to ask if the S22 is the one, why that over the Master? But you pretty much just gave me the whys. So okay, I get it. I get it. Because
Yeah,
I'm still brokenhearted, because I had to choose, and the
yeah,
S22 was such a build up. In my heart and my mind, it was the wheel, and
yeah.
I enjoyed riding it so much, and I'm like, oh, but then the Master just higher top speed. I
Mm,
feel like for me being bigger and the issues that were had before, I was like,
mm.
maybe the Master is the one. So I switched over. But I'm not gonna lie, now I feel like, damn, should I switch back? So, but I'm gonna maintain and go with the Master, and I think by the time I get it, which hopefully is soon, that the updates will
Mm,
have come out enough. Like Kevin will do what he's doing. I
yeah.
know that we were saying the other guy did some changes, and I think the Master will then be
Roger.
up to par.
Yeah. Yeah. So Roger that I rode with yesterday,
Yeah.
with team with Marty, and he's done some stuff to his Master in the suspension. He's done some crazy things. So he's put in a wider suspension, but
Hmm.
he's had to cut something else to accommodate where the air valve goes in, because the
Yeah.
Master suspension is a bit too thin. And his Master rides well. He's like, that Master's got torque and top speed
Yeah.
and suspension as well.
Yeah.
It's just that for me, it's all about the ride dynamics,
Mhm.
right? I'm not just all about speed. I'm not just
No.
all about
Mm.
you have to
Yeah.
feel one with the wheel, right?
Yeah.
And
It's how it all comes together.
yeah, exactly. It's how it all comes together.
Yeah.
Based on what I'm reading right now of our Master, I would choose the S22.
Yeah.
But let's
Yeah.
wait for what Kevin does and what because it
Yeah.
might change in the future.
I
Yeah.
I really do understand that, because that was the thing about the S22 for me when I wrote. Well, mine was S20. It was before the updates, but when I
Mm,
wrote it, I did feel like everything kind of came together. I felt like the
mm.
only missing part that I had was the pads, because
Oh yeah.
we hadn't taken off and put on the Clark pads yet. So I was
Mm,
still riding on the original pads, and
yeah.
that I didn't have it. It didn't feel good to, push on the pads. I was like, I don't really like these pads. But
Yeah.
outside of that, the comfort, the way that it rode, the way I
Mm,
controlled it, the way I felt
mm,
on it, I was like,
mm.
man, I really like riding this wheel. So I kind of want both, but obviously I can't.
No.
I don't have a fees set up so I can distribute. So I can't do that. So if I did, then I would have one of everything. But you
But,
know,
I mean, so you know what? There is this misconception that I own every wheel. Is
yeah,
actually the company E-Rides is the owner of the wheels.
yeah.
I just work for E-Rides. you
Sure,
know,
sounds good. Sounds good.
I just happen to be able to ride them whenever I
Yeah,
need to,
you're
but I
like,
kind of sell them.
yeah,
So
you're like, hey, if the IRS is listening.
it's the truth.
I got you. I got you. Wink, wink, wink. No.
It's true.
So,
But yeah, I get what
new.
you mean. I think the S22 does come together, but I know that deep down, the master has the potential. The
Yeah.
master, if you get it right, I just feel like they just need to kind of lower the chassis a little bit. The suspension needs to be improved a little bit more. Change the tire.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
stupid CFP, not be tire. Take that
I
out.
already heard that, and I'm actually hoping that Jason is able to, because that's where I'm getting my wheel from his e rides, and I mean not e rides, his e wheels,
Even.
and I'm hoping that he's able to change the tire out. I haven't spoken to him about that yet, but I'm hoping that he
Mm.
is. But so newbie 101 says Dawn's background is motorcycle racing. Okay, so that's why she's got the corners down so good. Okay, I'm just saying that this is a challenge. The EUC Vibe said it was awesome meeting you, Afeez. I get all my crazy out on the internet.
That's the release mechanism right there. The release channel.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I met his wife too. He has an amazing wife too,
Mm.
and she's very understanding of all his craziness. So they're another good couple. I don't know. I'm not sure. Tommy, does she ride? I don't remember whether you told me she rides or not. And then Curtis, he says, "Hello, Afeez. Great that you with the Black Cobra Canadians just came back from New York City and they loved it. Hopefully, I can
Yeah.
make it down there the next year."
You know what? I'm actually thinking let all this vacation finish for us, and if I can earn my vacation for next year, because we need to work hard, I might just start making NYC almost a regular thing, almost every year or maybe every 2 years. Like coming to NYC, coming to the US in general, the groundings and everything, it just helps you detox, right? You just kind of forget about everything and just ride. It just lets you, yeah. So yeah, but NYC in general, I really enjoyed it again because I stayed there longer. That's
Hmm.
probably the reason
Yeah.
why. And I have a wheel and a city to myself. And I know that if I need anything, I can just either call on Mickey or call on Francisco. It's
Yeah.
almost like you already have a family there.
Yeah, yeah, and
You know what I
that they and look, the writing was fantastic and amazing and great, but it's the people that really made the trip
mean?
so
Yeah,
fun and so amazing. So
yeah.
it's our connection to our community and all the
Mm,
guys there, and especially like you said, Mickey and Francisco were leading the way for hospitality when it comes to
mm.
us, and I really appreciate it. I know you stayed there even longer and got to spend even more
Long,
time this time. And
yeah,
I was only there for overnight one night,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then right when you guys started riding again, I had to leave. I was like, "Mm."
Leave.
But
Oh,
but
yeah.
I still had an amazing time, and I haven't even edited the footage yet. The only thing, all the clips I put up on Instagram were just for my phone, just quick clips. I just started looking at my 360 footage. I'm like, ooh, so that should be dope coming soon. As soon as I get some time, because I fell right back into work. I'm like, oh, here we go, and no time. Get
Yeah, I
home and I'm
think
exhausted. I'm like,
yeah. Another one is the U.S. You guys just have so many things going on in terms of UC. So Washington D.C. also has its own groundings happening, and from what Lutalo told me, is even going to be bigger than what it
oh,
in
what?
Chicago, and
When
that's
is
going to be.
that
I think
one?
that
You know when that one is?
it's,
I'll reach
um
out. I'll reach out.
reach out to him. Reach out to him to
Yeah.
find out. I think it's either going to
Uh,
be August or September, and that's even going to be bigger,
yeah.
according to estimation than
Yeah,
Chicago.
because I
If
I haven't made it down there yet, so I might make it down. Maybe I can make it down there for that one. If it's on my day off, I'll just go down for the day, and make it back. So
yeah, yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. So Flyboy EUC said the tire swap is easy on the Master. I heard that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think there's another way to do it without even. I was told by Roger yesterday that you don't even need to disconnect the motor wire to take out
Wow.
something along those lines.
Oh,
So yeah, so that's why I said to you that the master has the potential.
yeah.
When you just know something is nearly there, maybe too tall, the tires,
Right.
the suspension is not right. So it's like, okay, come on, you guys nailed it. That's why it's an S22. But they get those things right. They made those
Yeah.
small adjustment. the Master could be the one.
Well, I know I heard. Well, I saw. I don't know if it was Roger that did. Excuse me. That had that changed the rails, the connecting rails. They either cut out or 3D printed or something. The on the suspension where it sticks out the back and where the piston
I think it's
connects.
him. I think it's him. So yeah,
Yeah.
so there's a way it's cut out so that the valve, the air valve, can be accommodated. So what I saw yesterday is the suspension that he has, the air suspension is a Fox air suspension,
Hmm.
which is a bit wider, right? And I only rode it maybe a little bit. Maybe I think I just jumped on it a little bit. That suspension is amazing. Now
Okay.
imagine that came as standard,
Yeah.
right? On the Master. Oh
Yep.
my word, that would be amazing. And then yeah, then that would be the wheel to go for. But the
Right.
suspension that Master comes with is not. It could be better. Yeah.
Okay. We got another question. Real Talk asks, "Is the V13 dead?"
As far as I know, it is not. They're just taking their time. It is
Hmm.
not. But I rather they kept quiet and get stuff right rather than start,
Hmm.
releasing,
Hmm.
little CGI here and there and then getting
Yeah.
people's hopes up and then so they find out,
Yeah.
so
I'm
work
not
on
gonna.
it.
I'm not gonna lie. That the S22 did that. They did. They had the best intro, the best setup and video. Had me sucked in and like drooling, and everything was golden. And then when the fire happened, like it clobbered a bunch of people over the head. Like, oh, hold on, wait a minute, what? And I mean, hey, we know that we're working with these batteries and the technologies changing, and there's a possibility for things to happen. But I think it was the fact that it was such a big. I said, wow, somebody finally gave a good intro and really brought something to market like the right way, and I was all excited. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Is it better to do that, or is it better to be hush hush like the V13 right now? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's better for them to not hush hush, but still send almost again. I'm a big fan of a phased approach, which is do things slowly, do things incrementally, and then and have a definition of done for each phase, and then until you have that definition of done, then you move to the next phase, right? As in, you have a prototype, you give it to a select amount of people. Once that is done, you have a pre-production. You tell your influencers this is not a production. You make it very clear.
Right.
The signer, they need to sign up, give us feedback only, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need, all right? And then once that is approved, then you can start making the noise.
Mm-hmm.
Don't start making the noise until you are at least, version 0.5 or 0.9 before it's version 1.
Got you.
Because
Yeah.
something can happen. You never know what you can find during the
Yeah.
production life cycle.
Yep.
You always, yeah,
Yeah.
just
So I agree with that 100%. Don't let the cheerleaders out yet. Like, tell them to
exactly.
hold back on the pom poms. Not yet.
Yeah,
Not
yeah. Um, I mean, like I'll tell you something. One of the one of the best mid to beginner wheel that we have now, which is a 16X, right? Everybody knows. Now the 16X didn't even come out properly, as in it didn't come out without some issues. It
right.
had some issues, but over the years, it's been refined. It's been
Hmm.
tuned, and the same thing you would find with new EUCs now. You will never get the finished version.
Hmm.
So always make sure that I would probably say I recommend about 8 to 1 year of production before your audience even know about it. Start developing an EUC for a year. Don't release it to anybody to even try until about the ninth month, until
Mm.
you've done your own internal testing in house, in motion, or
Gotcha.
because yeah. So
Well, so Roger is saying he just updated the design, water jet cutting the new one now. So Roger, that was you. You were cutting those pieces in the back so that the different shock would fit in there, right?
mm,
I'm hoping that you're gonna. I mean, I know you'll share out that design, and I don't have a water jet cutter, so I may be like, hey Roger, hook a brother up. You might have to be cutting me a set, but yeah, I'm hoping to make those updates as well, because I know I needed to update the shock already. I need a big boy shock. I need something that's
mm.
really gonna handle my weight and allow me to do what I want to do on the wheel. So that's what I'm looking for. Let's see. Vibes is saying, I have a stair solution I'd like to share with you. E-Rides is the best. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by stair solution, but you gonna share it here, or you mean you need to get a hold of him and share it? Oh yeah, Roger. The original design was by Merlin. Yes, so it was your video because the original design was by Merlin, and then I think when you said in your video that Merlin didn't like exactly what you did, so one part of what you did differently than his design, and he didn't like that. So now you're refining it again. So yeah, that was your video I was watching a couple days ago. So yeah, that's good, man. Keep refining. You know, being one of the first guys to have the wheel, making upgrades is great. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. So, all right. Well, I think we're good. I just wanted to talk to you. Is there anything else that we haven't talked about that you want to share? Because you've had so much experience, right? Like recently in the last 2 weeks. So, you know, what else you got you want to give to us?
I think just in terms of my journey so far in the US, my message to people that it's outside of the US right now that's looking in, I'll say, come to the US. This is the mecca of EUC, um, for sure. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time. I'd like to thank all the different cities I've been through so far: NYC, Chicago, Washington, obviously DC, you know, California, LA. Marty, thank you so much. Such a gentleman. Roger as well. Thank you for being, a great host. What I want to share is just gratitude. There's nothing else for me to share but gratitude to people that have made this such a lovely and memorable experience for me. You guys will always have a place in the e-rides history. The only reason why it's true. The only reason why I try e-rides is because I saw a couple of videos from Tushon and Martin, and I thought, well, I love this. And then I'm thinking, what do I want to do? If I had to do something in my life, my own business, what will I want to get into? I don't know, sell PVs or something. And then you go, you see stuff. The US has had, you guys created e-rides, so that e-rides. Thank you very much. That's it. Just
Yeah.
gratitude.
Well, we
Thank
appreciate you. We appreciate you definitely, man. I remember the first interview I did with you before E-Ride started, and we were talking
Yeah.
about so much, and I'm like, man, this guy's really into it. I love it, and I was super excited. And then when you started E-Rides, I'm like, oh man, that's exciting. I'm like, man, I would love to do something like that here. And then I'm like, and you were doing so much, I was like, ooh. And then
It's a bit too
yeah,
much.
yeah,
Too
well,
much work.
there's just I know that's all I hear is the work, and I'm like, okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, I already got too many jobs. I'm good. But
Oh, goodness. It's not
but
easy.
yeah, two things I wanted to put out there. I believe in the chat it looks like Lord Romano link. Grab your free ticket. See you guys in DC. He was saying that
Oh, yeah.
there's a link. I don't know if he put the actual link in the chat. I can't see it on the computer, but it looks like I can see it on the iPad. So look in there for that. Definitely look for everybody if you can make it to the Groundings events. And please, if anybody that's in here can, in September, it's coming fast. 18th Sunday is coming fast. The Wheel Life Rally is going to be here. I'm going to have a bunch of food trucks. So it'll be a food truck frenzy. So it'll be good food, some learning sessions for those that want to learn to ride. Obviously some racing because we love to race. It's so much fun. And remember, it is all EUC and one wheels. So far we've had EUCs and one wheels. Maybe in the future we'll add races for scooters as well. But right now we have one wheel races and EUC races, and the competition was crazy, and the fun that we had was so much. So I want to just keep making it grow bigger because there's not a lot here. So I want to draw more people to here for this event. So it would be fantastic. So every year, Wheel Life Rally happening around the same time, September, and it's going to be a great thing. Afeez keep doing what you're doing, man, because you know your adventures are doing nothing but helping the EUC community. So keep sharing all that you're doing, man, because we're all living vicariously through you right now. Because there's nobody in this chat room that doesn't want to be on that tour that you're on right now. So
Thank you.
we're loving it. EUC vibes. I did want to say before we go that he was talking about the wheel, pushing it up the stairs. I do the same thing with the Monster Pro. I leave it on when I'm going upstairs and I just push it and it goes up the stairs. The only problem, Tommy, is if you have slippery stairs, it doesn't work. I learned that the hard way. If you have my porch is made out of Trex, the plastic decking, so it doesn't have couldn't grip. So I tried to do it with the Sherman. It said, and it burnt like the edge of it. So you got to be careful. And if your steps are metal, then it's going to spin also. So sometimes it doesn't work. So I found myself lifting and pushing. So, but yeah, that's the easier way. Mickey, that might work for you. I don't know. Your stairs were kind of difficult there too. So I don't know if it'll work for you, but that's it. We got a couple more here. Why are we talking like he's going away, never to return? We know he's coming. That's you stride. He said, "Why are we talking like he's going away and never returning?" He's gonna try to come back every year, man, or every other year or something.
Every year, I'm gonna have to come back now.
Definitely gonna have to. Definitely. And Mickey said it. New York City every year. Wow. Yep. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. I'm with it. So, all right, guys. I appreciate you guys all jumping in. This is the first time I'm able to talk to Afeez, and he's wide awake and not ready to go to bed.
Actually in front of me.
Yeah, he's actually behind me in the time zone for once. So this is cool. This is cool. Yeah. That's why I had to get him on here real quick. That's why we didn't do a whole setup. This was impromptu because I wanted to catch him while he was on this side. And get a good conversation with him, and we'll talk to him again when he's absolutely done with all his trip, and he gets back to the UK. We'll find the time to squeeze that in as well. Appreciate everybody in the chat room with your questions, comments, and concerns, and we're looking forward to hearing more about that 70-mile-per-hour wheel, brother. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. We want.
It's got nothing to do with me.
Look, no, but you got it. So we want to see more. Let's see. We want some details. We want some ride footage. We want some stuff.
Get me into trouble. You're gonna get me into trouble.
Listen, hey, listen, Bagode, we told him to do it. We told him to do it. So
listen.
We got everybody send an email to Bagode.
Send an email to Bagode.
Everybody contact them, said we want this wheel. We want this wheel. No, but honestly, the RS to me, it still seems a little bit short because the EXN, for instance, is a little bigger, right? It has a little bit of height on it. I like that size. I don't like anything smaller. So even the MSX for me was a little bit small. Like I like the bigger wheel. I like the feeling of having, and it doesn't have to be a 24 because the 20-inch or, on the Sherman works, but it has to, I don't know. I feel like it has to be bigger for me anyway. So
I would advise that it has to be bigger. As I said earlier, if you get a speed wobble, at that high speed on an RS, you're not getting back on that.
Yeah,
you're not
right. So I don't know. Oh, Law jumped in before we go. Law, what's up? What's up, brother? I'm glad you got to jump in real quick, man. We about to bounce, but it was good to see you before we go, man. We talked a little bit about you, and we'll talk again. And what race is separate of the? Oh, hold on. He's asking a question. The Black Cobra has EUC races and one-wheel races separate at the Wheel Life route. Yes. So in case there was a question about that, we don't have you guys racing each other because the one wheel can't keep up with an EUC. That just ain't happening. But they raced each other and they had some good races last year. So I was impressed. We had just about as many one wheels as we did EUCs. It was crazy. I was like, okay, they came out. So I think they're gonna do the same thing this year. So Sly Dog Stroh, feel free to come through. So
you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna. I think if you have a racing series that has EUC and one wheel. The one wheel crowd is so much bigger than the EUCs. What you're
Yeah.
gonna get is a lot of conversion from one wheel to EUC. So maybe it's not a bad idea to have them
Yeah.
race each other. The one wheel guys see what they're missing.
Yeah, I
So
love it. Mickey's
they're
saying
missing
that
conversion.
the GT can hit 30 miles an hour now.
Oh, oh yeah, yeah. We definitely saw that firsthand, right? That guy that was keeping up with us.
Yeah, but I don't want to do 30 miles an hour on a one wheel because no because the front of it is like
It's
so
already like that,
close.
right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, I don't want to do that on a one wheel. No, sorry. GT they can keep that. But for the race, it would be dope because we have one track is a flat track. It's less. It's not smooth, but it's in a dirt and gravel. But it's on a flatter surface, and then we have the track in the woods, goes through the woods, and those both. So you got to race on both tracks. We get a grand champion from each track. Man,
Ooh.
it's hard riding and it's a lot of fun. Oh my God, it's a lot of fun. So, all right, people, I'm gonna go. I gotta eat dinner. I ain't eat dinner. I'm starving. Yo, high five, my man Afeez, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, you guys take it easy. Stay tuned. Remember, everybody, keep riding. You know, look, wheel life is real life. I want you guys to be as safe as possible. Gear up, people. Ride hard and keep it wheel. Deuces.